Yo, what's cracking, my people? Welcome to a brand new episode of ADQ Stage Door. I'm your host with the most, keeping it 100 from coast to coast. Through God, I boast. ADQ. It is August the 31st, 2020. Virgo season is in full effect. So great to be a Virgo. You know how great it is to be a Virgo? I'll be 35 tomorrow. September 1st. That's right. Virgo season is in full effect. So this is the second episode of ADQ Stage Door. If you happen to listen to the first one, thank you very much for checking it out. Thank you very much for coming through. Thank you very much for doing so on 106 TBC Radio here in Greensboro. Shout out to the incomparable Miss Dee Walker for giving me this illustrious platform. I decided that this particular platform, by the way, shout out to homegirl Carla Constable, Dan Beckham, and Aaron Darth, Spring Theater up in Winston-Salem. Shout out to them for coming through for the first episode of ADQ Stage Door and even giving me the idea for the show name. So I decided that in comparison with my podcast, ADQ's Renaissance, I'm going to do this differently. I want to do a bit of a roundtable approach, and we're going to talk about what? Theater. The theater. Sorry, I had to get that out of my system. Anyway, so we're going to talk about theater. Here on ADQ Stage Door, I couldn't do it by myself. I had to bring some help. You know what I'm saying? I had to bring some help to help me be a voice to the theater geeks. I said a voice to the theater geeks.
Woo! Yes!
Well. I have youth to help me out with this. Yo, please introduce yourselves. Miss Ma'am.
Hi, I am Nicole, and I'm an actor, singer-songwriter, just performer. I do podcasts, I do YouTubes, do all that. Been in theater for a minute now. Been in it since high school, majored in it. I've always done music, always been a performer, always been an entertainer, love talking, obviously, and I'm so excited about this project. Yeah, hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sierra Nicole. She has also played Miss Watson in Battle of the Books, and she was most recently Brianna in a joint that I directed called Submerged. So shout out to Sierra. My man, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you? I'm Alex Lewis. I'm an actor, photographer, singer, and I've been doing theater since 2016. And I recently interviewed Sierra about 2 months ago. So yeah, I'm excited for this.
And I, again, am ADQ, and I am happy to have the both of you. And also, we have another co-host who couldn't make it. Her name is Pimpilla. How you pronounce the last name? I'm sorry.
Pim. I love her, and I know her as Pim.
We love you, Pimpilla.
We love you so much that we're about to play your audio. Let's see. As we pull up the audio. Don't y'all just love technology? Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Miss Pimpilla.
Hello everyone, Pimpilla here. I am super bummed to be missing this show today, but I want to send everybody my love and give a little bit of an intro about myself. I went to school for theater at UNC Chapel Hill. I have been doing community and professional theater ever since then. Really honing my craft and enjoying every step along the way. I love to do classical works, particularly Shakespeare, as well as devised pieces that focus on movement, really hitting both ends of the spectrum, but really put a piece of theater in front of me and I will probably eat it up because I just love to dive in and to explore all that theater has to offer. And besides acting, I also come from a semi-technical background. I have a decent amount of stage manager experience and now a lot of virtual online technical experience. So I am very excited to see what the future will bring for theater. On that same note, I would love for everyone out there to drop me a follow at all of my social media on Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch. I can be found at Pimpilla V, Pimpilla V. I stream gaming content, just chatting content, but I would love to get to know everybody better. Additionally, I am currently working on Brave New Classics production of Rossum's Universal Robots. It is airing live on Twitch at their channel on September the 1st, which I believe will be already aired by the time you guys hear this. So check out their Twitch channel to see if it is still up. We'll keep it up for a couple of days afterwards, so folks who cannot tune in live could watch it. Brave_new_classics is that one. Yeah, I'm excited to be on this team, and can't wait till next week. Bye.
Yay! Pimpilla. So, y'all want to know what's the interesting thing in what she said? She's doing Rossum's Universal Robots. I was in Rossum's Universal Robots 2 years ago, right? I played Consul Busman. The director constantly tells me how impressed he was with my audition, which is what we're going to talk about today. Auditions, right? So, yeah. Who wants to share an audition story with me?
I got one.
All right, hit me.
I was auditioning. Oh, wow. I haven't told this one in a really long time, so I don't know if I remember it, but I was auditioning for Howard's undergraduate musical theater program. And I used to dance back in the day. I used to do Ariana DeBose. We used to be in the same dance studio or whatever, but that was like back in the day. So nowadays I just act and sing. But like, so I do choreography, but I'm not like, I don't follow it. Like you can't just like do blah, 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 and I'll do blah, 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 blah. Like, you know what I mean? Like I need some time to practice this. So in any case, Howard wasn't like that, not their auditions. So with their musical section where like we did the song, I was amazing. Blew it out the park. Did Memories from Cats. It was amazing. For the dance part, it was pretty bad because like they only showed you one time and then they expected me to just do it right away. And I didn't know like the terms, you know, I know pirouette, you know, I don't know all that, you know, I know like, what to call it, shuffle ball change, you know, I don't know all the rest of that. So it was pretty hard. And like, they had us go individual to like show them the routine. And so obviously I did horrible. And then everybody before me, they're like, oh yeah, I danced for like 500 years. I danced for like 600 years. And I was like, oh yeah, I danced for like 1 month when I was a child. That's not the case. It was like 3 years. But anyway, and then the person after me, he danced amazing. And he was like, oh yeah, I haven't had any dancing experience. I just, you know, just do what I do. They're like, you haven't danced at all? He was like, no, I just do what I do. And I'm just like, really? Like, okay. Like, it was pretty, like, anyway, that was my experience. It was embarrassing, but also extremely funny. So it was one of my favorite experiences.
Alex, what's the audition?
I have a similar experience.
Please share.
So this was a while ago. I auditioned for NC Theater when they were doing In the Heights.
In the Heights.
I'm a mover. I could look like I'm dancing because I could dance, not choreographic dance. It's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother challenge though. So the audition process, I have auditioned for them before, but I think the first time that I did it was like, you know, they have like, okay, first thing, we're gonna dance. I'm like, great, I was hoping the singing part will come first. You know, you sing, you don't have to be all sweaty and stuff. So long story short, they actually have like 28 people come at once in the audition room. Some are dancers, some are not dancers, some are movers like me. So my confidence is going a little bit like, well, they have been dancing for all these years and I danced when I was a kid. That was, you know, 20 something years ago. So, gosh, I sound like I'm so old. Anyways, let's not go there.
Both of y'all, keep going, man.
So, so yeah, they taught us to dance in groups first. Then they broke the group, like the entire 28 people, into group of 6. I saw the first group, I was in the second group. The whole dance thing is like, I'm like, I don't know these people. I try to dance the best as I can, and they're like, oh, the people that that were in the back go to the front. So I was like, oh, I'm like in the back for some reason. I don't want them to see me that I mess up the first 2 steps. So yeah, that was great. And then somehow I make it to the next round, which was singing, and I sang a song from the show. And yeah, I didn't make it to the show, but I didn't get cast. But I saw the show, and I still love the show. So yeah, that was still feel bad.
So you know what? I'm loving these stories because I'm seeing like a commonality between both stories and in my own story. I can't dance. I am like the most rhythmless black person you'll ever meet in your entire life. When I dance, I call shame to our ancestors. But when it's audition time, I'm still gonna go for it because that's the name of the game. You fake it till you make it. Even if you suck, you have 3 left feet, you still go ahead and do it because you never know. Now I got this musical, damn Yankees, this musical, and a large number of other musicals to my name because Alex, you said that you can't do choreographed dancing. That's the only way I was able to fake it was through choreographed dancing. Because freestyle dancing, I look like I'm having a seizure.
Right.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I just I can learn a choreography, but it takes time. Like, it's different in an audition versus like if you go on stage. You know what I mean? So like in an audition, you don't know the piece, and like the choreographer, which I love she's a great friend of mine. I'm used to the 8 counts. She's like, and I'm like, yeah, I don't dance with like just going with the music. Like I got rhythm, but if you can move your feet and you look confident on stage, you can totally kill it.
I mean, you can fake it. See, my thing is I can't improv. So like I can't even choreograph, but like I need some time to focus on it. I just can't like go and dance. I can't do that.
See, what I try to do is just show them that I can move and that I got to I just show them that I can move and that I have a ton of energy because sometimes choreographers look at you and say, okay, oh, wow, whoa, they're going to slap me, but hey, you got energy. We might can work with you. Now, one big component about auditioning, right? I always say this. One big component is showing up. Having the wherewithal, having the nerve to show up because you never know who might be looking for what and what role may be waiting for you, right?
True.
Right. Yes.
So I put out there in the stratosphere, I put out there into the universe. Hey, universe, I'm about to put up a dope play and I need someone to play my little sister, right? And this individual who we're about to bring in, she sent me an audition, right? On backstage.com, other people have, went for the role. But for one thing, I'm not saying kids don't audition. Kids definitely audition. But if I can work with an adult instead of a kid, then 7 times out of 10 of the time, I'm going for the adult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sierra was with me last time I tried to work with kids. Where my bill at? So this young lady who we're about to bring in, who's about to share some of her experiences with us, she has that mindset. She showed up. You know what I'm saying? You look at her, you would swear that she's actually a kid, but nah, she's actually a married woman with children. She will be portraying the role of Tia, and the name of the character was Tia 2 years before I even met this lady. So it just happens to be pure ancestral divine placement that she's here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Tia Alexander. Welcome to the stage door, Miss Tia.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm super excited to be here. You guys have amazing energy for sure.
That's the name of the game. Be energy. We're energetic.
Right.
Because we're the voice of the theater geeks.
Woo! Woo! Yes.
Tia, tell the world about yourself, please.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so a little background. I was fortunate enough to attend a visual and performing arts school from like first grade to like 8th grade. So it was elementary school, it was a middle school and a high school. In high school, I ended up going a different path, doing some like pre-med stuff, all that great stuff. So I kind of shied away from theater for a while. And then I heard Pim said she did theater at UNC Chapel Hill. I'm like, man, I wish I had done that. I went to Carolina too, but I did like science and all that fun stuff. Not that it's not great, but it's just not where my passion was, right? Speaking right now as an ICU nurse, right? But I miss theater so much and just kind of miss being on stage and in productions. So I made a commitment to myself a couple of years ago to kind of get back out there. So I, applied for anything and everything I could find. Like, I think one day I drove to Charleston, which is like, 3-4 hours from where I live. And I did 12 hours on a set and I drove back home 4 hours. I was so exhausted, but it was so worth it. And then now I have my kids doing things and they're in little parts and little shows and stuff. So I don't know, I just love it. It gives me so much energy. I did some improv in Charlotte, a couple different levels of improv. So I don't know, just great things,
So round of applause for Tia for maintaining her dream and being a theater mom. Yay!
Yes.
There you go. Speak that theater into those little theater geeks.
That's right.
So
Absolutely.
Tia, it's crazy how your name is Tia, and the part that you'll be playing in Aprender Espanol is Tia, which I named that role after my little sister Tia. What is it about Aprender Espanol that drew you?
Absolutely. So first I saw the name, instant connection, right? I'm like, there's got to be something here. Then I saw your little sister in the play was playing the piano. I think it like her first part in the script. I'm like, that's me.
No spoiler alert. No spoiler alert.
Sorry. But I saw the character was doing things that I'm used to doing in my own life, right? Things that I have background in. I have a great musical background. I started playing violin at 6 and then added on like 8 more instruments throughout my life. So I'm like, okay, this could be fun. So I just thought, I love the script, read the whole thing. I'm like, this is something I could get into. So I sent my audition tape in and here we are.
Here we are, absolutely. Now, speaking of audition tapes, we've been talking about audition stories. You gotta have an audition story.
So I don't really have a bad audition story, but I do have a bad opening night story, right? So
that works.
I was asked to be in a play that I actually had no prior knowledge about. I went with a friend to rehearsal once, just kind of like still reading the script, table read kind of stuff. And I just started kind of like, somebody was absent, I picked up their part. Long story short, they ended up writing me into the script because the director just kind of loved what he saw, which was great, right? So we practiced, auditions, whatever. So now comes opening night, right? Everything's been going smooth and flawlessly, it's great. All I remember, and I will never forget, and this was a while ago too, but it will stay with me forever, is that, the first scene was great, second scene, somehow whenever I exited the stage and I was supposed to come back for the next scene, I didn't go back. I don't know what happened or what I thought, but I remember standing backstage behind the curtain and they're like, Tia, isn't that your part? I was like, it was. So I was watching the scene go on without me. It was so horrific. It was the worst feeling I've ever had in my entire life. But I'll never forget it. Hopefully it will never happen again. And the show went on.
Character choice. It was a character choice.
Right.
There you go.
Character choice. She didn't feel like going in there. Not at that time.
Because your cast, right, and the director knows that you missed your part, but the audience doesn't know.
Right. Amen for that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's right. That was the last minute rewrite.
Right. Absolutely. I love it.
So Sierra. Did you ever have like a experience similar to that?
Oh, okay. So when you mentioned like missing your cue, I mean, I couldn't tell you a specific time when I've missed my cue. I'm not gonna say I'm not professional. I make my cues, but there's just been I've been in so many plays, and so it's just like you're bound to miss a cue at some point, you know. And I've missed like a few. I can't think of a specific time that was like really traumatizing for me. The only time I ever remembered screwing up, not that you screwed up anything, but the only time I remember like messing up a storyline was when I like stepped on a girl's like costume on accident, and like she like fell flat on her face and like she
Sorry. I should not.
Alex.
Sorry.
Alex.
I'm so
This one.
Y'all got that on here.
I'm so sorry.
This one. I mean, first she's late. Now she's stepping on people's dresses.
It was an accident, but like I was like an understudy, but like I just got to that part and she was like the one right up above me. So like it's not like I was gonna take her role, but it was like opening night. And so I remember that was like one bad opening night story. I said sorry. I mean,
it's not similar. Sorry, my dog keeps getting into the computer.
It's
I
all
have a
good.
similar story, but I didn't step on in anybody's dress. But
it wasn't on purpose, okay?
Mine, and I'm laughing. I was laughing because she said she fell on her face. Like, you know, obviously, as a human being, you're gonna laugh because it's, you know, you can't help it. But I hope she was okay. You know, obviously
I mean, she was fine. She just couldn't continue to go.
You know? But I'm laughing because I thought when you said that, I thought my mess up. So I did Oliver with the Justice Theater project, right? And that was when I had that was the only time that I have an actual mic for that show, right? So I supposed to see like Oliver, like get him in jail or put him on a cell or something like that. But my musical director from Black Nativity was in the audience. So, you know, I'm already stressing out. I'm like, I just got these few lines, like just this note, and you gotta get it together. So as soon as they turned my mic for my part, I sang the same thing that the previous person sang. So I was like, since it was like a, you know, multi-generational show, the kid right beside me looked at me. As soon as they turned off my mic from the open number, she's like, Alex, you had one job and you messed it up. And I'm like, oh, because I said
one job, Alex.
I know, and I messed it up. So yeah, don't feel bad. At least you were not mic up when her dress fell.
It's all good. So Tia.
Yes.
So we were talking about a musical experience, musical theater experiences, dancing and whatnot. What's your musical experience? What's your musical theater experience?
So I shy away from musical theater. I was listening to you guys' story earlier.
You're breaking my heart.
When you say you have 3 left feet, honey, I have 5 then because I just can't.
So you haven't sang for nobody?
For no one. I haven't sang since high school for anyone.
You haven't even sang nursery bedtime stories to your kids?
Okay, now they do get something that the world doesn't get. They do get singing and bedtime stories, and they love it. But just, I was in chorus and honors chorus in high school and all that, but I just
So hold up. If you're an honors chorus, then that's obviously like, hey, maybe you got a voice on you, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like if you don't develop it and train it and you just kind of let it go, then, you know, it's not, maybe with some coaching and some work maybe, but I wouldn't just raw give it to somebody.
Okay. See, I'm going to have to disagree with that because my own story devalidates that. Quick ADQ story. When I was in high school, right, when I was in like 10th grade, I had to sing for a chorus exam, right? Puberty just shredded my voice, right? But then 11th grade, I was in my chorus class that went to Disney World, right? After that, I was like, yo, I'm not a singer. Like, I was on my church choir. I didn't even sing. I rapped. I was like, I'm a rapper. Yeah. Rhymes. Boom. So So then years and years and years go by. I find myself in musical theater. I'm in a couple of musicals and stuff. The next thing I know, I mess around and get a solo. Me, a solo.
Hey.
I sang a solo in Working. I sang a solo in Annie Get Your Gun. In Annie. Hey, hobo man. Hey, dapper dan. Yeah, me. So, if you got the talent, you could jump right back in there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I hear you. So with that, I will consider doing one in the near future. How about that?
We need to. Okay, everybody who's in musical theater, tell Tia and tell her loud. We want you. We want Tia. We want Tia.
Woo!
We want Tia.
We want Tia.
Oh man.
Tia,
Awesome.
you
Thank
owe it to musical theater to show up and sing your heart out.
I will definitely do that.
In the
Absolutely.
near future.
Yeah.
Now, what are some audition songs that we can suggest for Tia?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, there's so many.
Give her your top. Both of y'all give her your top 5. Alex, give her your top 5.
I'll say do Breed from In the Heights.
Okay.
I forgot the song that the leading player sings for Pippin. Third one, I love Rise Up, even though it's not a musical song. Oh, you put me in the spot. Sing something from Dreamgirls. One Night Only. If you could hit those notes, sing that. And I think I have one more, right?
Yeah, Uno Mas.
Ooh, okay. And sing something from. Sorry, my dog is driving me insane.
Don't worry about the daggone
Super
dog,
cute.
man. It's all
Super
good.
cute.
Well, Snoopy.
He wants to be on the show. Okay.
That?
And sing something for I'll say you put me in the spot. Sing something from Hamilton. Just modify it a little bit. There's what's the song? Satisfy. Satisfy. If you
Oh,
can,
I love Satisfy. Oh, I love that one.
so those are my 5 songs for you.
Thank you.
Do it.
Okay, Sierra, give him 5. Give him your top 5.
Okay, on the spot, from
On the
what I
spot.
can think of, so I was also gonna say Breathe from In the Heights. I'll say Hamilton as well, but that'll be my backup. In case I can't think of anything else.
There's like 30 songs in Hamilton. You gotta be a little bit more specific.
Satisfy. I love the song Satisfy. That's my favorite Hamilton song. That honestly, I love that song. Anyway, what else? So there's a song, The Mad Hatter, from Alice in Wonderland. Love that one. And then there is Mama Who Bore Me from Spring Awakening. Love that one as well. And Send in the Clowns. That is from can't remember the name of it, but I will send that to you on Messenger.
Sounds good.
But yeah, whenever you do it in the near future. But yeah, I love that one. Send in the Clowns is so popular. If you just type in Send in the Clowns, you'll look it up. You'll find it.
First of all, everybody knows that the best song in Hamilton is Wait For It.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got one more song. This one's actually a really good one. Just if you ever do in the near future. Your Daddy's Son from Ragtime.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite song. Anyway, okay. Go ahead, Adrian. Sorry.
I was just saying that you're both wrong. Everybody knows that the best song in Hamilton is Wait For It.
Yeah.
Also, It Won't Be Long Now is the best song in the Heights. Now, okay, IMO. Tia, another question.
Yes.
When you do audition, what's like your ritual when you prepping for an audition?
Honestly, I just remember to tell myself that to me it's just kind of like meeting an old friend, right? I make sure I'm really comfortable during the auditions. I don't stress easily. So I'm always smiling. I make sure I have the lines memorized as much as possible if I got the script beforehand. Because you don't want to be glued to it, right? They could probably help you a little bit, but you want to look like you take it seriously and, done your homework on things. And I just give it 100% my best, right? So at least I know whether I mess up, if I do a fantastic job or whatever happens, I know I gave everything I had and left nothing, left them wanting nothing more for my auditions, or at least I try to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Having memorized and stuff, but what if you're in a situation where you have to do a cold read, like you walk in and you're getting the script for the first time?
Sure, those are a little bit nerve-wracking, but I just kind of let my energy, like you said before, you have tons of energy that comes out and stuff. I have super amounts of energy, like all the time, like all day, all night. So I just kind of let that shine through, So even if I'm not necessarily what they need for this character, they could be like, "Whoa, I remember her. She'd be great for this or that," or I make sure I'm not forgotten about.
See, speaking as a director, I've auditioned people and stuff. I've been on both I've been on both sides of the audition. I've been on like the side of the actor who's hoping to get a role. Like, I hope they like me. Does my hair look right? Do I need to cut my beard? Oh God, I need to lose weight. Oh, should I say the monologue like this, or should I say it like this, or should I say it like this? All of that, right, y'all? Right? Am I right? Yeah, I've also been on the side of, I could give this person some opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me see what you got. Let me see. Daggone, you suck. You suck. Don't ever act again for the rest of your life. I'm joking. I never said that.
Oh, I'm glad.
Right.
Oh, no. Here in the theater, everybody is welcome. But yeah, like, me personally, I used to like go to auditions and I would be so nervous. It would affect the way that I would perform the audition. But Stanislavski gave 5 keywords for approaching any role, right? And I think this would mean auditions as well. Relaxation, you gotta relax, Sierra. Relax. I like randomly calling her out. Y'all gotta excuse me. Given circumstances, okay, even if you don't know the entire script, and this is a note for everybody listening. Even if you don't know the entire script, you're gonna read like a paragraph of the character's line, right? So make up some given circumstances in your mind, right? What was it? What could this character have been doing prior to the scene, right? I love the Uta Hagen method. Concentration. Before the given circumstances, concentration. You have to concentrate. Be like, I am reading this mother. Oh, can't say nothing. Cause you fully dialed in, right, Alex?
Right.
And then action. If you take all of that with you into an audition, you may get the role, you may not. One thing that I learned, and y'all will agree with me with this, you could have read for the role perfectly, right? Just you may not look like how they envision the role, or you might even look like the way they envisioned it. You just, your reading could have been better, but still, you got the role. That actually happened to me once. So I think that those are the key elements of a good audition, even if it's a cold read. Would y'all agree?
Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes.
Those are methods.
Now somebody give me a cold reading story.
Wait. Oh.
A cold reading story.
Yeah, like a story of a cold read. Like when you got a cold read.
Okay.
Oh, you mean from our own experience? Gotcha. Oh.
Yeah.
Did you got one or you?
I have one, but you can go first.
Well, I auditioned for a show at RLT. Was Blood at the Root, which is an amazing show. We didn't have like a cold reading itself, but I learned a monologue, which I kind of nailed it, and kind of got a call back for the cold reading, and it was kind of tricky. It was tricky because I felt like I did good in the cold reading, but like you mentioned before, if you're not looking the part that they're looking at specifically, I couldn't pass young enough to look the part that they were looking. I look way older. I could have been one of the kids' dad. So yeah, that's my story.
How old are you, Alex?
I'm 28, but I have my beard going on, and all these like teenagers went in the audition. So it was kind of like, well, here's the father.
I'm gonna let Sierra give her story, and then I'm going to give y'all another tip. Go ahead, Sierra.
Okay. Well, I actually kind of thought of another one after that, so I'm just gonna go for that one. So, I did a show, The Wolves, at well, it was called Snore's Theater before, but now it's called Pure Life. But I did the piece called The Wolves, and it was basically about a team of soccer girls on a high school team or whatever. And so during that audition though, it was like a season audition. So I wasn't just auditioning for that one. And honestly, I had no idea what that show was. Couldn't really care less. Not a sports person. I just do artsy stuff. So when I had to do the callback for that, obviously I showed up, because it looks good, and it's a role. So I showed up for the callback. I should have researched more about the show, but I didn't. So there's that. And then I kind of pretended like I knew what the characters were. And so I just kind of read up at right before we talked to everybody. And then right after that, we had to do these soccer skills. And I don't know, I put that I had zero skill at all, none. So I don't know why they called me in for the extra, they have extra callbacks. And so they call me in for that specifically for soccer skills. So they call me in and they had me do these soccer stuff, where I had to bounce on my knee. And then they asked me to try to catch it on my head and try to do do bouncing stuff on my head. And that was horrendous for me because I don't do sports. But that was that story. I made the part though. It was a fun
You said I was gonna tell you, but you made it.
It was fun.
I want to say, you theater people. I'm a theater person too, but daggone, you theater people who talk down about sports, who would say, Mommy, I need to Mommy, what's for dinner? Basketball. You theater people who say sports ball or I am sports scene. You make me sick to my stomach. Sports is a wonderful, godly thing. Tia, you live in Charlotte. Panthers, Hornets, right? Am I right?
Yes.
These theater people who look down upon sports, they disgust me. Sports have brought...
Oh my gosh, sorry. Well, I think what Sarah meant was she's not a sport person, but she could play a sport person.
Right.
Thank you. Sports fine. I can watch them. I just don't do them.
Not hating on sport. That's just not her forte.
Thank you. Thank you.
I am being judgmental, okay? I'm on my soapbox.
Okay.
He's just venting. He needs to vent.
Go ahead, man. You can bend to Hamilton. If you could do that whole satisfied thing and nonstop, I swear it would help you. It helps.
Why do you write like you ran out of time? Tia. So Alex brought up Alex, both of y'all brought up very interesting audition points. Sierra, you were ill prepared, but the glory of God was on your side. Alex, you were going for a daggone teenage role with a full freaking beard, bruh.
Well, it was my fault. I didn't shave, and I was just it could have been played by an adult. It's one of those roles that you can play either or. I had an audition like that too. Later on, they told me they didn't catch it because you look older. I'm like, this can be shaved. I can look like a baby. Well, not with this, reciting line, but that's another story. So.
Hey man, your hair look great, man.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So Tia, where are some dream roles of yours?
Oh my goodness, some dream roles.
Oh. And me, I want to kill somebody.
Really?
Yeah. I want to die.
I want to kill somebody in a show. In a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a show.
In a show.
Don't play the theater though.
I don't know if I have any designated dream roles. You know what? I'll tell you. Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me what the character's doing as long as it's an older character. You know what I mean? Like I like you said, I don't look 33, but I try to like apply for these roles and stuff where I'm like the mom or, 35-year-old and nobody ever, no, I don't get picked.
Aw.
So picture me without this beard. I mean, well, heck, keep the beard. It took a lot of time to grow this. I know I don't look like I'm about to turn 35, right?
No, you don't.
You don't.
No, not at all.
Right? Thank y'all. But I played an old man before, right?
Right.
Like people saw me and literally thought I was an old man when I was in Charlie and Chocolate Factory. So the right type of makeup and the way and the right lining, and whatnot, you can pull that off.
Yeah.
But as far as your natural look goes,
Huh.
you and Sierra are gonna be playing 22 for at least the next 40 years.
Mm.
Well, for me anyway.
You will.
But maybe Tia, what if well, for one thing, I know you have a go-to monologue for your auditions, right?
I wouldn't say a go-to monologue. No, actually, most of the stuff I audition for, they have like their own thing, or they'll suggest what they want to hear, or they'll send you something to kind of like a snippet that's not necessarily the script to kind of do. So I don't really have something that I normally, would go to. Switch it
I'll
up.
tell you what. If I were you, I would embrace your youthful face. This is gonna get you places.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody out here checking for old people except for Samuel L. Jackson.
I mean, I agree, a little, but I feel like not that I get looked over necessarily, and not in acting, not acting related, but I feel like other sectors in my life, professionalism, people don't think I'm old enough to like do what I'm doing, or I'm not taking it serious because I think I'm younger. And I'm like, no, I'm a whole grown person out here.
Yeah,
That's
you
so
a full
true,
person,
though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna allow. Okay, that's real because sometimes people could just look at you and automatically perceive, oh, Sam, this person is young. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. All that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
That's ageism.
Right?
It is.
But when I was in Charlie and Chocolate Factory, my director was younger than me, and I think that was like, oh, I'll tell you this. That and when I was in Annie, my director was younger than me, right? Someone would look at a young director and be like, oh man, you don't know nothing about nothing. But that's not true. If they know the material, if you know what you're getting into and stuff, then you can perform just as well as anybody who's old as dirt, right?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's their law. That's their laws, not yours.
True.
Now let's talk about character building. When you get the character, when you get the role, when you get cast, what are your different ways of giving the character a story and getting into character? We'll start with you, CC.
Well, after I'm very, very big. Wait, what?
I said you look to the sky and say, but go ahead.
I had to think. Okay, anyway, so now I forgot what I was gonna say. I have a bad memory. But okay, so I'm really big on researching the script. Like I'm big on every single line is important. Like the writer put it in for a reason. The person writes it, like the person says it a certain way for a reason. So after like I analyze the script thoroughly, I go on my personal experiences on people who I know who might be similar to that, and also myself on seeing how I relate to that character, like seeing how the experiences that they went through, how that made me feel, if I can relate to that. And knowing different people, if I can't relate to that, the different people that I do know, how do I witness them, and how do I see it through them? You know what I'm saying? So I try to go off of examples of the people around my life and of my own life. And then I try to, just kind of go from there. I try not to be outlandish with it, but of course, when I was in school, they always say the biggest choice is the one that's the most dramatic one. So that puts the story really further. So.
Okay. What about you, Alex?
Was that character development? Sorry, I was listening to your thing, but my dog distracted me. For me, once I get the role, I get really excited. Jump, yes, I did it, kind of graduation thing. I usually audition for musicals, but in order to get into character, I do even more research. So I look at other productions that I could find online in YouTube or whoever have done it first and make it my own. Because you could do the same show, but you gotta make it your own. Like this is you making the same characters. It could be the same song, but you have to put your soul into it. And I think as a theater geek, many people like me I'm an introvert, even though people don't believe that. You get some roles, so you have somebody, some people like your friends, your family, that you could be like, okay, tell me about your experience and do that research on that aspect. Or it could be completely opposite from you, but you get to live your best life because that's not you. So I do research my characters. Most of the characters that I have done, it's like musical theater. I haven't done like a lot of like straight plays myself, but I know we were mentioning that earlier, like the villain. I would love to be a villain just because of the sake of like, I don't know. I was like thinking of the Hunchback of Notre Dame the other day, and I'm like, I would love to be Frollo. But anyways, yeah. So I do a little bit of like the character development with before I get into like the whole like first week of rehearsal. It's kind of like I want to see other performances of other people, not to like compare myself to them, but to kind of like, okay, I don't want to do the same thing that they did, because it's like if it's a local person, it's gonna be like, well, the audience might have already seen this guy, and I don't want to be the copy of him. So, but yeah, so
I got my own feedback on those. But Tia, I would like to get to know how you do character development.
Sure, absolutely. I think mine is similar to Sierra, where I kind of put myself in the character's shoes and see like what relates, between the character and myself. And then just using like other people in my life that may resemble that character. Or I was a school teacher for a few years in my first career. So I taught a lot of like students, and they came from all different backgrounds and cultures. So I kind of see what I learned from them, that I can put into different characters, or different people you come in contact with every day, right? So.
Okay, so me, I'm gonna tell you about my character development of something that I once did. I was once in this play called "Let the Church Say Amen." One of my most favorite plays I ever done. Mostly because I was the villain. I was Deacon Counterfeit. I was the villain. It was like my third, fourth time playing a preacher or some type of religious figure on stage. I would not be surprised if that was my Academy Award winning role as some type of religious figure. But so what I did was, I thought, excuse me, Deacon Counterfeit. He is like your corrupt young deacon in the church. Like, he does not want to bring anybody to God. He wants to bring all the money and fame to himself. So I was like, okay, how do I go there? And I said, okay, look at every single person who I've ever known who I thought kind of fit that description, and channel them. Channel your butthole side, cause believe it or not, as much of a loving person as I am, as much of a caring person as I am, as much of a lovable person I am, it's just hard to hate me, right, Sierra?
Right, it's hard.
I have a butthole side. I have a side of me that is very difficult to deal with. All Virgos are like that, believe it or not. But anyway, I channeled that side, and after the performance, a friend of mine texted me saying, I wanted to slap you. And I was like, great, I did my job.
Okay.
When I'm playing a villain, that's what I want to do. I want to make somebody want to slap me. So, and another way that, and so those are great ways to develop a character, but what if the character is completely, in every way possible, different from who you are as a person? You know what I'm saying? Have y'all ever done characters like that?
Yeah.
Alex, how'd you get into it, and what character was it?
Sorry, I'm laughing because of the fact of what happened in one of the shows. So, I did a show called Bent. Again, the Justice Theater project popped into my head. So it's about this couple. I was playing a Nazi guard, so I have the whole Nazi suit, and then at the same time I was a prisoner. So,
Time out.
yeah.
Aren't you like Black and Panamanian, man?
Yeah.
Now, how the heck are you playing a Nazi?
Hey, they cast me, and I got the same question because I was backstage in that church, and I have another person be like, "Were they any black Nazis?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'm playing this character. I don't know. Somewhere, hopefully. If not, I'm gonna be the first one in 2018. I think this happened. But yeah.
Congratulations, you got Hitler doing gymnastics in his grave. But go ahead.
I know, right? So, yeah. So it was different from mine because I'm not like a really like. I'm not like I was not used to stage fight, and that was like the first show that I did stage. Yeah. Because it's like a love story between these like two guys, and one of the guys I have to just, I have to punch him. So I had a really hard time making it believable. It's like, okay, come on, you gotta like hit him, pretending to hit him, right? You gotta hit him, and then he had like obviously like fake blood on his mouth, when he got it backstage, and have it in his mouth. So they're like, I'm hitting him. Okay. Pretending to hit him again. I gotta quote myself. Pretending to hit him.
Now just go ahead and be like, pow!
Oh yeah, well I did that, but then my face looks so concerned, and I'm a guard. I don't supposed to care, cause I'm like, oh, I hit him, and he did such a great job with like the sound. So he's like, oh, and I'm like, oh, are you okay? I'm like, oh, that's right, we're acting. So that show was challenging because of the fact that I was playing kind of like the villain assistant. So I was kind of like the one who changed into a prisoner, a quick change, which was so uncomfortable, but that was my first quick change ever. It was great. And I killed the guy at the end. So I actually got to kill one of the leads on that show, but I got my friends that are Jewish that were really hated me, which at the time I was like, oh, I'm so sorry because of the whole story, with the Hitler and all this stuff going on. And like you said earlier, I'm like, oh, I did a great job. You hated me for this. So I have friends that they went to see the show. They knew ahead of time what was going to happen. They just didn't know that I was going to be the one who, shoot the lead guy because I didn't say anything. And yeah, I guess it's gratifying as an actor that you play a role that have nothing to do with you. But once you submerge into your role, you just leave it every night or every afternoon whenever that show was going on. So yeah, for me, it was fun, but it was challenging because of the fact that I hate making my friends feel that sort of way and reliving the past in that sense of context. But yeah, I play a villain. But the funny thing that I was remembering, the guy who plays like the lead villain in the story, he's just giving one of the leads just grief about how he's just coughing. And in one particular performance, he's like, oh, you cannot cough anymore. If not, I'm going to kill you. I start coughing. So I'm like, because I had like a really bad cold. So I'm like, and then he's like, after we finished that scene, my friend and Well, you probably know him, Sierra. Jim O'Brien. So we were doing that show with Jim O'Brien. So Jim O'Brien at the end of the show, he's like, when you were coming, I was gonna kill you, man. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I have a cold. I got like holes and everything, and this was not helping. At the time that I have to be on stage, it was like, you know, when you're trying to hold your cup because you want to be like. So yeah, that's how.
Disclaimer. Alex doesn't have COVID. Disclaimer.
Yeah, I don't have COVID. This was in 2018, by the way.
Sierra, what about you? Did you ever have to like play a character that was like completely unlike in every single way imaginable, unlike you? Tia, you're next, so start thinking.
Right. The thing that really stuck out in my mind was a time when I had a really hard, I was like younger, and it was like my third year acting. And so I was like in high school, and I was doing like a character. I was a prostitute back during like with Jack the Ripper. Like I was the person, I was Mary Kate something, can't remember the name.
Olsen?
Huh?
Olsen?
No, back in
no.
England.
No.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
Anyway, I had a hard time figuring out, because this person is a woman, and she's a woman in England back in days, all the way back then. And I was like, I am like a high schooler who just like acts and talks and moves around like a child. So it took me a while to realize that the atmosphere that I'm in is different than where I am. And I had to realize that as a person in a period piece, a female, they aren't using their hands all around. You know, they kind of put their hands, they stay in like the same spot. You know, they don't like to cause too much attention, you know. So it took me a while to make that connection, that I am not a high schooler. I am an older person in England who does not know what America is like, who doesn't know what a phone is like. You know, that was what was hard for me. And as soon as I understood that, I could do like any period piece. Like I understood it then, but I had to click in my head.
Do you still got a British accent?
Oh, I can do a British accent so well. Like that's the only one I can really do.
Oh.
Right now?
Right now, say in a British accent. Now, Tia, please answer the next question.
Oh my God.
Same question.
Oh my gosh. Now you're calling me out? Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Let Tia, you talk and give me a moment while I get my mouth situated.
All right, when she finishes, say thank you for that, Tia.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tia.
I got you. I think what really comes to mind for me isn't necessarily a character I played in like a play or a show or anything. It's really, I think, during my improv days, right? Because we would do our improv shows and you never know what's coming, right? And usually the audience or part of our team is having you do a role or something that's the most unlike you ever, right? And then also one of our goals for improv was not necessarily to stereotype the role as you traditionally see it, but to kind of play each role to like, what do they call it? The best version of that, right? So if you're playing, I'll just say African-American since I am one, that way no one gets offended, you know, about anything else culturally. But if you're playing African-American, right, you don't play like the worst thing you see in the news. You play like to the highest level of that culture. But I think that's what's really challenged me, you know, was just constantly being put in a position where you have to be someone else or be something else. You know, sometimes we have to act and we be an inanimate object. You're like, wait a minute, I don't really know how this works. But yeah, so it really strengthened my skills, but it had me definitely play some things that were not like me at all, right? Completely polar opposite. But it was great. It's great to learn and strengthen my skills. Yeah.
Most of my dream roles. Well, first, I would like for Sierra to go ahead and say, please, Adrian, tell us about your dream roles.
Thank you for that, Tia. Please, Adrian, tell us about your new endeavors. I don't remember what you said, but I'm just going to continue talking.
That's good. That's good. Wow, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yo, I just got an idea.
That was good.
Quick, I need to call the Jane Austen estate and
Oh, Lord.
write Pride and Prejudice 2. Black people
yeah.
are on the scene now.
Oh.
See if you can make that happen.
Pride and Prejudice 2. Black people.
I'm right there for it.
All right, I can't do a British accent to save my life. I will be in No Sex Please. We're British and be the villain who doesn't have an accent. And I was talking about my dream roles. My dream roles. The dream roles that I want to do are completely unlike me. Like, I want to be Stool Pigeon in King Henry II. Stool Pigeon is old and grumpy, and I'm not old and grumpy, right, Sierra?
Right. Happy, peppy.
Sorry.
I keep going in front of Sierra because I know her better than the rest of y'all. Javert, I want to be Javert in Les Mis. I mean, I love God, but daggone, I'm not going to commit suicide because I failed to catch a man who stole a loaf of bread. I mean, that's just stupid. I want to be Jimmy Early and Dream. Oh, dang. In my own way, I'm a bit of a Jimmy Early in myself. Yeah, so that won't be a stretch. Dang. What? I'm trying to think, y'all. What have I done that was? Oh, I know. So in this one, I did not have any lines, and I'm never going to do anything like this ever again. But I'm proud that I was in the show. Okay, y'all ready for it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait for it. I was Mother Ginger in The Nutcracker.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, dang, I almost cussed. I'm sorry.
See, what's not me. Just kidding.
I am never in my life playing a woman ever again. Never, ever. Ask me to play a woman, I'll punch you in your jaw. No. But that is I think right now that's what I could come up with that's like the furthest apart from me. Thank God y'all weren't there because, I was like the ugliest woman ever. I was so ugly that God covered his eyes and said, don't blame me for that.
But you did it, though.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I also had to wear stilts.
You got through it. You did it.
I wore stilts. I had 8 kids up under my parachute that I was wearing. And I had to do a figure 8 on stage. I was scared of the falling. So, yeah, that happened. But, yeah, I'm proud to say that, hey, I've been in a ballet. Which is also hard for me because like I said earlier, I can't dance. So as we are coming up on time here, oh, you know what? Real quick, that's another role that was unlike me. My play Time, because even though I was basically playing a version of myself, that's a version of myself that I'm not anymore. If that makes any sense.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, people wanted to slap me then too. There's just so much slapping going on in the world. It's crazy.
Ooh.
So Tia,
Yo.
what does the future hold for Mrs. Tia Alexander? What you got going on, little sister?
Some of everything, honestly. Future wise, I want to get to a point in life where I don't have to work as much, so I can be in productions. I can go for different things I want to go for, different roles, even on television. I've done some small things, but I want to do more. But to do more, you got to have time, and so I just need some, I don't know. I'm working things out financially in my life so I can have an abundance of time so I can do more things and my kids can do more things. And my husband, he was he did theater even in college. So yeah, he does his little lesbian life. Yeah. So yeah, we just want to do things like this and not have to worry about real life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Do it. Shoot, La Vie Bohème.
Yeah.
So if people wanted to contact you, Tia, how could they contact you?
Oh my goodness. I'm on Facebook, Tia Alexander. I'm on Instagram at Golden Baby with an I 87. Oh well. And probably on Twitter under the same name, I think, but I don't tweet much, so I probably won't respond on Twitter.
Cece, how can people get in contact with you?
Oh, I am on Facebook.
British accent.
Yes.
British accent.
I'm on Facebook. You can look me up by Sierra Nicole Smith, and I'm also on Instagram, and that is Queen_Sierra with 3 A's. So SIERRAAA. That's my name on Instagram.
I thought it was
Alex.
Vanguard.
Love it.
Alex.
You
Tell them
can-
in Spanish how they can contact you.
Oh, in Spanish? You want me to say it in Spanish?
I'm just putting everybody on blast. Nah, don't do it in Spanish. Do it in English.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna be like, they're gonna be like, I have no idea what he just said.
Do both.
Do both? They're gonna be like, I mean, I can barely speak English. They're gonna be like, Spanish, be like, what did he say? I don't know what he said. I get that all the time. You can, people can contact me on Instagram. I'm on AlexLightUp92. Yeah. Facebook, I'm more selective on Facebook, okay? I gotta know you're somebody that I know needs to know you in order for me to accept you. Because a while back, I have many people on my Facebook. I'm like, I don't know half of these people. So I'm like, yeah. No offense, people. You're good. I just don't know you.
There's crazy people out there, man. There's crazy people out there. You better be on your T. Better be on your T's and U's. So if you want to contact me, you can hit me up. My email is adq4christ@gmail.com. My Twitter is AvenueADQ_85. That's right. I named it after Avenue Q. Everyone's a bit racist. It's true. What else? Oh yeah. On Instagram, I don't have a complicated Instagram name just like Sierra. Mine is just type in Dion Chocolate and God 85. Boom, there you go. And on Facebook, my full name, Adrian Quarles, ADRIANDIONQUARLES. Please don't call the CIA on me. Tia. Yo. So far, based off of the reading that we did the other night, I cannot wait to work with you in Aprender Espanol. I really can't. Yo, you do not look 33 at all. You lying about your age, but that's what we actors do anyway. We lie. We lie for a living. So, yo, I know it's gonna be a dope experience. Everybody, thank you for tuning in. This has been ADQ Stage Door on this has been ADQ Stage Door on 106 TBC Radio. For Sierra Nicole, Alex Lewis, and our special guest, Tia Alexander, I am ADQ. We'll holler at you next week. Virgo season. Wish me happy birthday. God bless. Deuces.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, guys.